Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the $1 Million Challenge. So in today's video, we are going to talk about margin. I want to talk about margin a little bit because I feel like using margin wisely has been able to help me in terms of starting my business, and I just wanted to talk about it in today's video. So margin is basically defined as borrowing money using your assets as a collateral. That's what margin is. Whenever you're using margin, you're borrowing money against an asset that you have. Now, some people, they do that with real estate. When you take home equity, line of credit, that's kind of like using margin. When you take margin from stocks, that's, using margin. So basically, I just want to talk to you about how I use margin. So in a nutshell, we are going to go on my computer real soon, and I'm going to explain everything to you on the computer. But before we do that, I just want to give you a little background. Basically, I started my investing journey about 2 years ago, okay? 2 years ago, I started focusing on investing, and I took it serious, all right? And what happened is, I said to myself, what would be the best thing for me to do in terms of being able to leverage my money and also leverage my credit at the same time? What I decided to do was to basically open my M1 account, which has been great. You guys know what I do. Check out my previous video that I did on dividend update. Basically, that's what I had to do. I had to open up my M1 account. What I did was to put money into the account. Now, I was putting money into the account on a regular basis, and basically I let that money stack up until when we got to about $70,000 or $80,000 or so. So after that, what I did was I took some money out of it. I took some margins out, and I used that money to start up the car rental business. So for those of you that are curious about how I got started with my car rental business, that is exactly what I did. I took money from my M1 brokerage account, because you can do M1 borrow. So I took money out of that, and I used that to start my car rental business, and it's been the best thing for me to do because I have 3 cars on Turo. Check out the video that I did on Turo. I just dropped a new ebook about my communication system on Turo. You can go check that out. So I have 3 cars on Turo, and it's been great because each car makes me roughly about $1,000, and I had to take out money from my M1 borrower account, and then I used that money to invest into income producing assets, something like Turo, and each car makes me $1,000 now. And the interest I had to pay on the money that I took out to buy the car is roughly about like $25 to $30 per month. Now the interest has gone up because it's a variable rate, and the interest has gone up recently, but it's still okay because I'm making more money with the Turo business than I'm paying in interest. So what I've been able to do was to leverage my margin loan on M1 Finance, and then I also leverage my credit. Now, there are risks to margin because if the market was to drop significantly, M1 would basically want me to pay them their money back right away. So you gotta have a little bit of a cushion in terms of emergency money, because like if M1 wants their money, you got to be able to give them the money unless they're going to sell the stock. Yes, unless they're going to sell the stock that you own. And you definitely don't want them to do that because you own the stock, you want to keep the stock for a long time. So you definitely don't want them to do that. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that I am not an investment advisor. This is just a legal disclaimer. I'm not an investment advisor, and you should always consult a professional when it comes to all these things that has to do with investing, because I'm not a professional. I just do what I think is best for me with my money, and then I share with you on the internet, on YouTube. Basically, me explaining how things work, I just want to bring in a little bit more transparency to this YouTube thing, because some people might be wondering, how do I afford to do a lot of these things that I do? Because I get some of those questions in my personal life from friends and family. So let me just open up the curtain and share with you how that works. Okay, the main thing that I do is I try to invest in things that makes money and then borrow against those investments at a reasonable level, borrow against those investments and use that money that I borrowed, use it to put it into something else that will make money. So that way my money is making money, the money that I borrow is making money. So over time, I also pay off the money that I borrowed. That is the gist of what we're gonna do in today's video, like I said earlier. Now, we are gonna get into my dividend and growth investing portfolio now. Now, if you take a look here, this side right here, at the very top, right next to borrow, if you take a look here, this side that says borrow, you can see that this is the borrow section of my M1 portfolio. Now, this side here is the invest section. Okay, so the invest section has, you know, almost $90,000 invested that I'm invested into the stock market. Check out everything that I said about this portfolio in the previous video, like I said earlier. But now I'm gonna share with you the borrow section, how this looks like. So if you scroll over to the top right hand corner here, you guys can see I have a portfolio line of credit, basically credit line. It's called a portfolio line of credit. I have a portfolio line of credit of 35,700. That is like having a credit limit of 35,700 that you have access to at any time. I could hit this button and take out money as long as I have credits in the account. So technically this money is M1's money and you pay interest for borrowing that money. Now I'm using 77% of my borrower account. That is, you know, that is my prerogative. It's okay, I can deal with it. And if you scroll here, the total amount of money that I borrowed so far is 27,500. Now the interest rate has been going up, so this is quite high. When I started borrowing it, it was like was 2%, but this is a variable rate and it's okay by me. So if you take a look here, they have a gauge. They say, okay, 53% the portfolio is good. And then this section here, right at the bottom here, they say that if my stock portfolio, which is my main portfolio, which is this one, my dividend and growth investing portfolio, this is the investing section. If this drops below $47,000, they're gonna want me to pay them back all this money, right? So that's when the way that I manage risk is that I'll keep a very close eye on this page, and I have like automatic payment of $100 a week that I pay off. And the way that I have this schedule is that anytime they charge me their monthly fee, because they charge interest, but they call it a bill payment, but it's basically interest on loan, right? They charge me this, I pay right away, so the interest don't compound. I pay right away, and then I pay back $100 a week, and this is scheduled on a weekly basis. Now let's take a quick look here at bill. September 6th, 2022, that's when my next due date is. The interest that has accrued so far, so that means money that I have to pay M1, it's $68, almost $69. The projected bill is gonna be about $100 roughly. So this is how I've been able to fund me purchasing my vehicles for Turo. Like, I borrowed money from here and I've been able to use that to buy the cars and put it on the Turo app and let that make money. The other thing that I did was to leverage my credit and buy a few more cars on my credit and then have that, you know, monthly payment. But I was able to buy 2 cars. I was able to buy 2 cars with this money, and then I was able to leverage my credit with 2 other cars. So that is me turning the curtain back so you guys can see what's going on here. This is just a very simple concept that I'm playing with here, and the simple concept is the rich never sell their assets. Rich people never sell their assets. And what I mean by asset is, if I go to this section here where we go, this is my asset, right? I have this invested and this is making me money, you know, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. Okay, this is making me money. You see, today it made me $6. For the past week it has made me $16, and for the past month, let's look at the past month, it has made me $62. Now this is an asset that is earning me money passively, and so far in the past year it has earned about $1,100. Passive income, 100% passive income. Now if I go here, now you can see that I'm borrowing against that asset. I'm allowed to borrow up $35,000, and I'm borrowing 27 right now, and I'm paying them back $100 a week, and they're charging me $100 in interest per month. Now the interest that they charge me, because I use it for business, is going to be a business tax write-off, because if you pay interest in the process of trying to make money, then that interest payment is a business expense. Okay, so for me, the interest payment is a business expense, and I'm able to leverage my account, take money out of it by borrowing it, not selling my real assets, which is this one, not selling it, borrowing money against it, using that money to put it into things like Turo that I have 3 cars on Turo. You put that money into Turo and use that to make more money. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a 6 months update on the total amount of money that I made in 6 months. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. So this is the things that I do on this channel. I show you ways that you can make money, leverage your money. Soon I'm going to start talking about credits, leverage your credit as well. You know, that is what I do on the channel. Now, if you like what I do, please again subscribe. Like I said earlier, subscribe to the channel, and I will appreciate you very much for it. If you have any question, leave it in the description. If you don't, I'll see you guys next time. See you later. Love you all. Bye. So really quickly, please do me a favor. Do me a huge favor. Give the channel a sub. Give the channel a like. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.